Hello and a very warm welcome. We are here in the Copper Box in London. As you can see behind me, it's the first day of the Para World Taekwondo Championships. If you're totally new to the sport, there's lots to enjoy, lots to learn as well, and we'll get a chance to get a feel for that over the next 4 days of Olympic and Paralympic Taekwondo action. And for you, here is today's menu of choice. Well, as you can see, the athletes are just about getting ready to get organised. And it is time for the second round here. As we can see, it's Joseph Lane from Great Britain against Vasilios Pantalagios from Greece. So Greece against Great Britain, tightly poised at 10 points to 9. And I'm more than delighted to welcome highly experienced referee Chris Codling. Obviously, Chris, you've commentated and you've helped me before in terms of the media, so we're trying to explain to the watching public the differences. What are the rules that we look out for? How are the points scored? And in terms of, you've obviously refereed at European Championships, World Championship, Olympic level.
Yep.
This is the first time for the Para World Championships to be here. What are we looking out for in terms of the scoring?
Right, okay. Well, a lot of the scoring is still the same. The main differences are we actually don't do head kicks in Para Taekwondo. Okay? Obviously because people can't protect themselves in the same way as you can in normal Taekwondo. So in the Para game there is no head kicks. We don't allow punches. And also we have a different scoring system for some of the kicks. The basic kick comes in, which is 2 points, same as normal Kyorugi. In the Para, we have a spinning technique, which gets an extra point, which is exactly the same as the Kyorugi. But we have recently just added an extra 2 points if they do a 360 technique.
And of course, the more difficult the technique, the more points you're going to get.
The more points they're going to get. So this can actually mean for a normal body shot, it's 2 points. For a spinning body shot, it's 3 points. And then they get 4 points if they do a 360 technique, which means the body turning fully.
So points make prizes in this one, and we're already well into this second round here. So obviously, it is, as we say, the first day for the Para World Championships. Big occasion, a big stage. Obviously, we've got the athlete's perspective, and we'll get a chance to chat with the coaches later on. Clear for all to see. Athletes have various capacities, various abilities, and we'll get through those kind of classifications as to who is allowed to fight against who. But obviously, as a referee, from the Olympic style into the Paralympic style, it's not that big an adjustment, really. It's, as you've often taught me, Chris, it's just red against blue.
That's all it ever is. It's red against blue. When we're refereeing, we don't see it any differently. The athletes, as you can see, have a lot of ability, and that's what we're here just to show and showcase their ability. And I like the new scoring system because it means people will try the more advanced techniques and they will be awarded for doing so.
And that is what it's all about here. And obviously we're just having a little bit of running repairs as well from the medical team. As Chris Codling has rightly told us, there's no head kicks, but perhaps just a little clash there on the way through. And obviously we're trying to give you a run the rule over the rules as well, but obviously you can enjoy the match. And this one is tightly poised, as you can see. Obviously Joseph Lane a couple of points down, the youngster from Great Britain. I was talking with Andrew Deere, who was obviously an Olympic standard athlete.
Yes.
He's now coaching, so different dynamics for them. We might get a chance to talk with Andrew later on.
One of the things that we now have is when it actually, if somebody does happen to kick to the head, then they will get a gam jump penalty for doing so, because obviously in para it's not allowed. And we base it basically on the fact of if there's contact, they will be a gam jump. But we can actually say if the other person is ducking out the way, then they get a gam jump if it wasn't the attacker's fault. Got you.
And it's a lot of different things, but I'm sure anyone that's watching, pretty expert in taekwondo. If they're new, it'll come to you as we go along. The referees and the corner judges, 3 corner judges, as is the Olympic standard. Yes. As well. And of course the video review available, but the only thing that really matters at the moment, an 8-point gap in favour of Panagotios from Greece. He's on form, he started well, looks like a seasoned campaigner as well.
Yeah, we just had an additional point added there for obviously a spinning technique.
And that step through back kick just missing from Panagotios as we creep towards the end of the second round. Good back kick attempt again, scores nicely. And he's not slow with the back kicks, Chris.
He's not slow at all. His actual kicks are going in. He's getting the extra point. As you can see on the system, there's 2 judges have pushed for that actual back kick, which then adds the additional point for the actual technique.
And speaking of technique, not only were you a referee, you were a fighter as well. You know what it's like. Obviously, if you've got a good lead, do you defend now? But also, if you're in the British corner and you're Andrew Deere, the coach, what can he do? Because there's a lot of back kicks, a lot of high-value scores going in against him.
Yeah, I mean, the player just needs to actually watch his positioning. It's all about positioning with taekwondo, and where you're standing, when you're attacking, how much are you allowing the other person to counter-attack. That's what it's all about, and if he's getting caught with the back kick.
Yeah, well, will Joseph Lane have learned from that one? And he's got another minute and 30 seconds to go here. Final round, nice touch of the gloves from both men. Nice double kick attempted there from Lane. A bit more attacking intent. And let's see, has he learned? Has he changed his game plan? Well, we can see Panagotios always shuffling around. Referee having a look at that, Chris.
Yeah, because he's actually moving back and showing no attempt to actually fight, he's got a gam jump penalty for that.
And is it the same amount of gam johns as the Olympics? Is it 10 and you're out?
Yeah, it's the exact same in the para as it is in the normal Olympic style. Caught again with a back kick there, straight away. The referee's seen something on the floor, got it out the way. Yeah,
you've got to have sharp eyes to be a ref, as you know, run the rule over it and keep the fighter safe. But safely leading himself into the next round here. Panagotios again with that step through back kick.
Yeah. Need to be very careful here. He's coming in the 3rd round. He's making attempts, raising his leg a little bit too much. He may get warned for that if he carries on.
But we're carrying down the home stretch here. 14-point advantage in favour of Greece. Good shot there from Joseph Lane. He's got a bit of momentum coming now. Back into this one. 10-point match, 30 seconds.
Yep, he's actually come into it if he keeps on pushing him.
Well, he's got his tactics right now, Chris.
Yeah, he's actually changed his tactics. You can see the difference. Looks like he's getting a little bit tired as well.
Well, no shortage of intensity or fighting spirit, as you would expect. Good back kick there from Joseph Lane. He's pulling himself back into this one. Into the last 10 seconds now. 7-point gap. Referee separates them, and they're going to have a chat, Chris.
It looks like they're going to have a chat. An extra point was missed there for the back kick.
Oh, it's all to play for now. 6-point game. But you can see for yourself, not much time left in the clock. Joseph Lane looked down and out. Can he pull himself back into this one? Vasilios Panagotios goes again with the back kick. Slips round the corner as the clock ticks down. Goes for the high value back kick, Lane. But it's going to be too little, too late for Joseph Lane. Tried the spin. Lovely block there from Vasilios Panagotios. And what a performance there from the man in blue. And my goodness, Chris, he had to work.
He did work. He had to work towards the end. He was actually, the GB player was actually come back at him very strong in that last round and made him work for it.
He most certainly did. Great credit to both Joseph Lane and Vasilios Panagotios, but it is the Greek that advances. And it's certainly not a tragedy for Joseph Lane. Did his best there. Good performance. And lots to look forward to as well, Chris. Will you stay with us for another match?
Yeah, I'll try.
You'll try to.
I'll try to. It's about how busy I am.
I'll fill you in on the dynamics of it all here. Chris is one of the chief referees, most experienced, and the centre referee chairman has to allot them to different tables. So we will take a little pause. If Chris is still with us for the next match, fantastic. And if not, well, we've learned plenty, as has Vasilios Panagotios, who advances to the next round.